Give me a Holy Ghost song. If your hands are anointed, and if your feet are anointed, and if you're under the blood, under the blood, under the blood, say, I am anointed. One time. Hey! We come to gun the enemy now. Take it. And if your hands are anointed, and if your feet are anointed, and if you're under the blood of God, give me a Holy Ghost song. And if your hands are anointed, and if your feet are anointed, and if you're under the blood, say, I am anointed to put the enemy under my feet. I am anointed, moving forward, no more defeat. I'm raging war on the enemy, taking back what was stolen. I am anointed and appointed. Hey, I'm a mighty warrior in God's hand. One more time. Tell them I am anointed. I am anointed. Moving forward, no more. I'm raging war. Taking back what was stolen. I am anointed. Hey, say I'm a mighty warrior in God. So we taking it back now, we taking it back. Hey, I'm taking back my peace, back my joy, back my health, and my wealth. I'm taking everything that you stole from me. Everything you took from my family, I'm taking back my dance, hey, and my song. For all the years you tried to shut my mouth, I am anointed. Hey, I'm a mighty warrior in God's hand. One more time, we're taking it back.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
For that boat experience again. The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
The This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill, you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost home.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the street, 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. Pleasant good morning going on to my entire family. Good morning to the lovely Miss Sharon Felix, Mr. Dominic Romain, and the entire families. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, to all of our viewers online. For those of you that are always locked on with us, and know that it's always a pleasure to have you guys right here on the inside. Let me also say good morning to my friends and family in Tobago. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Auntie Pat, morning. Melissa, good morning. Hope you ladies are doing fine this morning. Special good morning going out to you. Let me also say good morning going out to the management and staff of the street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. Iwer George and his entire family. So, guys, at this time, I'm going to take a few calls and then we're going to get into the papers for today. Today, yes, I'm in the lone seat. So, you can call me at 342-0081 and 466-5391. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, Chief, what's going on?
Hi there, man. How are you?
Hi there, cool, man.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, as usual, good morning to all the callers, listeners, home and abroad, Bartaria, Gandhi, and everybody else, right? So, although I doesn't want to be long, so I just want to give you, instead of thing there, give you a safety tip. Like, what I want to tell people is that if you're frying anything inside or outside, and if the pot flare up, just take something and cover it. So you get rid of the oxygen, because the fire just like us need oxygen. So don't use water, because water will spread it. Just use the oxygen. If your clothing catch a fire, stop, drop, and roll. And that will cause the fire to, well, you wouldn't get much burn.
Yeah.
So you do that. And in your vehicle and your house, use the extinguisher, which is carbon dioxide, CO2, because it's an inert gas and it dissipates when it do your work, so it wouldn't spoil your equipment, because everybody into computer and all these kind of things and electrical, it will do that it will extinguish that without affecting your appliances or your computer or whatever it is. Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to know this one. Hey, good. I take a look at it, boy. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
Morning, and Tobago. Morning to everybody listening deep south.
Hello, deep south. I was listening for you.
Good morning to Patricia. Good morning to LVD5. Girlfriend, good morning to good morning, Christine. Good morning, over Malcolm and Gemma. Miss Isabad. Jenny and Kyra, good morning. Good morning. Tawaman, good morning. Miss Tunapuna, Zina, wake up yet? And all the rest, everybody. Brother Sterling, everybody. Dominic, morning. There's a sunshine this morning, starting to climb. You guys better get up and praise the Lord as we up this morning. And
tell the staff I wasn't looking for him.
I'll go on.
Yes, I have to go back to my headphones because I'm hardly hearing the callers. Right, now, that's good. Caller, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, bro.
Morning, my brother, morning.
Morning to Sharon, Dominic. Morning to Sister Jenny, Sister Carol. Mother Tunapuna. It's a long time I haven't heard her. Miss Faizabad. Brother Sterling, Mr. Chance. Our constituency guru, Mr. Barataria. Rowley Jr., Brian. So many to call. Dr. Madrijan, my brother, time for you to push back. These people very disrespectful. So Sharon Richine safe, as usual. And give you a perfect editorial this morning. Dr. Madrijan, my brother, you have a safe and blessed day.
Yeah, man, bless.
Sharon.
342-0081 and 466-5391. Those are my numbers. Taking your calls, give those morning greetings, send out that love. So I guess so we can afford to get into the papers for today, Friday, the 12th of August 2022. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Batman.
Hi, good morning, my dear. How are you this morning?
Good. This number is like good roll, hard to get. And yeah, and I hearing on the recording. I wonder, what, you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You hearing me?
Hey, I'm telling you something wrong.
Nah, I hearing you. You go ahead and talk. You hearing me?
Sorry, you hearing me?
Yes, I am. You hearing me well?
Anyway, if you're hearing, people, thank God for today. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice in it. I don't know if something wrong with my phone. It's getting like me, slowing down.
Nothing wrong with your phone. I hear you loud and clear.
We're not hearing you, oh Lord. I'm gonna shut it off.
Okay, my dear, don't worry, but we heard you. I really need to check this. See what's taking place here. All right, so nice. So guys, we're gonna get into our online papers for today, Friday, the 12th of August 2022. So headlines in the Express: wicked eviction, THA chief blast treatment of family to make way for ANR Robinson Airport expansion, process pause as court grants injunction, Maruga wife killer dies. So let's get in on the inside and see what's taking place. Right. So, wicked eviction. Emotional scenes were witnessed in Tobago yesterday as Tommy Percy and his family were served an eviction notice to vacate their Crumpston Trace home to make way for the airport expansion project at Crown Point. The process was carried out under the watchful eyes of heavily armed police officers. The eviction was, however, short-lived as attorney Chrislyn Moore went to court and was granted a stay of the warrant to be executed by the Commissioner for State Lands. The Express learned the High Court warrant of possession in accordance with Section 30 of the Land Acquisition Act, Chapter 1801, was stayed by the High Court. When the Express contacted Moore last night, she was still before the court representing her clients. Okay. Wife killer dies. 80-year-old Caltus Moody has died. Moody was shot by police officers who responded to a report that he had shot his 82-year-old wife and chopped his son. Fake police rob drivers of truck carrying alcohol. What the hell is this? 3 armed suspects dressed in police uniforms robbed and assaulted 2 truck drivers in Mova on Wednesday afternoon and stole a truck that contained over 588 cases of assorted alcoholic beverages. The victims, 2 men ages 34 and 22, told investigators they were in a white Mitsubishi Fuso truck transporting products when, upon reaching the vicinity of Maritime Plaza, they observed 3 men in police uniforms on the roadway. The men appeared to be conducting a roadblock and ordered the truck to come to a stop. The suspects then ordered the men out of the vehicle and requested to see their proof of driver's license and insurance. As the victims complied, they were thrown into a nearby silver Nissan 80 wagon. The 2 victims said they were then blindfolded and their arms tied. They were relieved of their cash and cellular phones, as well as the keys to the truck which contained the alcoholic beverages. The suspects then drove off with the victims, and sometime later they were released in the Malik area. The police were notified and a team of officers led by WPC White responded. Kimberly is missing. Call the police if you see her. The police is seeking the public's help to find Kimberly Rodriguez. Help needed to find Zion. 17-year-old Zion Rogers is missing. Trinity student gets scholarship heading to South Korea. Trinidadian student Christopher Ash has been awarded the 2022 Korean government scholarship to pursue a master's degree in robot and smart system engineering. Excellent. TTPS mourns death of Constable Kern Leeton Eastman has passed away. Vaccines can last 5 years. Praise for Ramdial. You have to do the right thing. Loaded AR-15 found at abandoned building. Biker on BMW killed in Debe crash. And Maruga mayhem. So these are the stories making way in the Express at this time. So we head over to the Newsday. So in the Newsday, Grenada hero beaten, thrown off Trini boat. I saw a hero through the light. Girl 11 pays tribute to Saviour's funeral. Unions to Wassa workers, be brave, come out and fight on Friday. New central block restarted at Port of Spain General Hospital. Eviction stopped as THA backs residents in clash over airport land. Brian Lara's nephew murdered in Santa Cruz. David Rudder receives order of CARICOM. MP Amin aims to plant 1,000 trees. Health Ministry, no COVID-19 deaths for 3rd consecutive day. UTC appoints new chairman. Campbell's siblings pedal to double bronze at Elite Pan Am Champs. Venezuelan authorities arrest 4 people for sex trafficking to Trinidad and Tobago. Massey Group profits up 3% to $515 million. Maruga Gardner, 80, dies after killing wife and wounding son. Youth Development Ministry marks Youth Day. Maruga man beaten, robbed, cops shoot suspect. Duke calls on COP, that's the Commissioner of Police, to act on cops who killed 3. Linders increases prices on select pastries. Prime Minister out of quarantine, back to work. Man beaten to death in Point Fortin. A motorcyclist killed in Debe accident. And these are the stories making way in the news day. So we head over to The Guardian. Headlines in The Guardian: social media porn ring. Doctors, cops in social media groups sharing child images and porn videos. After infiltrating dozens of online groups where child pornography is allegedly being traded, a local non-governmental organization is now sounding an alarm about the danger children and women face in TNT. Oil spill near Caroni Bird Sanctuary. Environmental Management Agency cleanup crews worked late into Thursday night, cleaning an oil spill near the Caroni Bird Sanctuary. The oil was in a drain near the entrance of the sanctuary just off the highway. Tension over Crown Point eviction process. Court may decide fate of landowners. A&R Robinson Airport expansion. THA makes last-ditch effort to save families' house from demolition. Sporting hero beaten, thrown overboard party boat. 6 Trinis detained in Grenada. Girl saved from drowning pays tribute to guardian Angel Otis. Brian Lara's nephew among 3 killed in separate incidents. Farley condemns hypocrisy over Winford's invoice for editing budget. NLCB workers protest choice of appointment to senior posts. Retiree awarded $200,000 from state after being hit by police car. Port of Spain city cop must justify second lawsuit after fall from work chair. Teen missing, woman 22 missing. Lucian Hill protests. Day 3 with no recorded COVID deaths. Second firefighter dies as Cuba controls big oil facility fire. And these are the stories that are making way in The Guardian, The Express, and the Newsday at this time. Right, so guys, the lines are now open. Remember, today is Bacchanal Friday. You can call me at 342-0081 and 466-5391. If I get no calls today, I'm taking off the live and play some music. You want to listen to the radio. Oh, yes. Sharon will not be in today. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Jen.
Morning to all the callers and listeners on 91.9, Mr. Chance, Malatina, Puna, Zina, Mano, Brother Sully, and Bataria, Rowley Jr., Okoshwagan Boy, Brian, the whole clip from Tobago, Miss Rowley, Miss Crosby, Okoshwagan, and Monson, George, Tobago. It's so much, Mr. Archer. Everybody. Much love this morning. Bruce, I just want to say this, right? I have made a couple of voice notes that has been circulating, and apparently it gets under some of them union people dentures, you know, like a kiwi seed. So like when they bite down, it hurting them. All I'm simply saying, I've been accused of being a troll, a political, as somebody who is a political person, so they want to align me with the PNM. Are trying to mash up the labor movement. Are trying to scare workers. And as a lie, and lying and spreading rumors, misinformation, all that. All I simply said, I'm not qualified to be speaking or speaking because, I don't have doctor in front of my name, I don't have BSc behind and this and all that, right? They put in front of my name Cook. So apparently my first name is Cook Jennifer Frederick. So I'm a cook, so I'm not allowed to have a voice. I want to tell them, this cook, proud to be a cook. And I want to shout out all my cooks, bakers, food service workers, St. Anne's Hospital, Port of Spain Hospital, San Fernando Point, Fort in Arima, and all which part government cooks is. And let them know we're proud to be cooks and serving this country as public officers. So in my voice note, I was just letting public officers know, and PSA members especially, that this situation with the 4%. Good morning to Miss Felix. I wasn't aware that Miss Felix was there. Good morning, Miss Felix.
No, she's not there.
Oh, she's not there?
No, she's not there.
Okay, I thought she was there. Yeah. I felt it necessary to call in this morning because we have a situation where PSA, I'm speaking on PSA now because I was told I can speak on another union. But it's ironic. There was a time when OWTU had given PSA members who were dissident of the Watson Juke faction an office downstairs, the Henry Street office, right? Mm-hmm. But I can talk for another time. So PSA has refused the 4%. It was 2%. All of us agreed it was ridiculous. More negotiation. It raised to 4%. I was looking at 2 cases that was lost in industrial court just this year with OWTU and TNTEC and Estate Police, the association that represents Estate Police at TNTEC. They lost a case against TNTEC also this year. Those 2 cases are precedent-setting cases, and why I say that? Since 1989, under Justice Addison Khan, yes, it's Khan. If it's not Addison, I know the surname is Khan. He would have agreed with the employer, Republic Bank Limited at the time. He would have agreed with the workers, the union who represented the workers at Republic Bank at the time. Mm-hmm. When Republic Bank said they don't have money to pay, I'm paying it in a simple way because I don't have to swallow a dictionary to speak all the big words like all them men and them in the union movement are talking ground talk. Republic Bank back then in 1989 said they can't pay. And the court said, listen, not having money is no excuse. You have to pay the workers. So that case remained until 2022. This year, under 3 justices, one is Mr. Vincent Canberra, I can't remember the other 2 right now. They said that the employer can't pay, so all they can get nothing because TNTEC had offered Estate Police 6%. They would have rejected that. They would have gone through a whole process until it reached industrial court. And this year, the court say and agreed with TNTEC they can't pay, so they get 000. Only 6%, but they can't pay 000. OWTU would have had a proposal for 12%. And they went through the process to industrial court. The court agreed, employer can't pay TNTEC, 000. So it means to say, that precedent I'm talking about is dangerous looking at the employer say they don't have money, but you still have to pay. They're looking at the facts where the employer said they don't have no money and saying and agreeing and then pay. So like 2 cases. I'm talking straight, you say Bacchanal Friday, but it's in Bacchanal, this is real talk. 2 cases lost this year, 000. Wow. Do you think, I want to ask the public who listening, do you all think if PSA takes this matter to industrial court, which might take about 2 years to reach industrial court because it has to go through a process first, do you think that the justices in the industrial court will now come and say, no government, I don't mind all the money, no, they have to pay them workers, when they already made 2 judgments this year, where they say that the employer don't have the money to pay, or they can't get nothing. Let me think now. You think this government going before the court, because really the government is the largest employer, the Minister of Finance through the CPO. Take the CPO to industrial court, and the government is able to prove they can't pay more than 4%. Do you think now they're going to overturn the two judgments they give just this year for TNTech and the workers? Because if they do that, it means to say now OWTU and State Police Union could now go back and take them to court and say it's unfair, it's unjust, because how you tell we can't get it and you give them it. Based on that, I made my voice note and let people have sense, and I know public officers have sense. Let me take the politics out of it, the who don't like who, the religion out of it, because unions are to deal with everybody, whether it's the political affiliation, spiritual, race, whatever it is, because it's members. But they don't want to tell members the truth, because it's them a political ambition. Mr. Roger, isn't he affiliated with MSJ? Mr. Michael Anisette, wasn't he a temporary senator for UNC? Mr. Lambert, wasn't he the deputy president of the Senate? Wasn't he also a temporary senator under UNC? Abdullah, isn't he MSJ? And while Watson Solomon Juk sat as PSA president, wasn't he an active politician, being a minority leader in the THA and also the leader of the PDP? Wasn't Batiste, who sat as the Bagno president now, wasn't he walking up and down in Tobago during the THA election with Watson Juk just last year? So who more politically aligned and more politically have an agenda? It ain't me. So when they're talking about I political and I want to scare public, I don't want to scare public officers. The 4%, we could get that 4%, I'm saying it here now, and get other benefits with it. Let me get piece of land, let me get house, mortgage payoff, whether we get shares buy, whether we get car loan payoff, whether we get student loan payoff, whatever it is. 4% and give me something and so to bring it up. The 4% is immediate money in terms of a back pay and an increase in salary. But give us other things that could bring it up. So refuse the 4%. It go industrial court and very well we could get 000. And while we're waiting for that to finish, you're still saying no on 2013 salaries. Yes, OWTU appeal the judgment. So we had to wait to see if they win the judgment. And then now we'll make a move. And say they have to pay me more. Come now, man, let me be real. Public officers, I know they're real smart. I know they're real smart. Don't fall for them politicians. Them is politicians who wanted to come out in the street and reject 4%, and they can't tell you the proper reason why. Let Mr. Rocha tell all if he lost a case with OWTU in industrial court just this year. Ask them people, ask them questions. Don't study the saying I'm a cook and I'm not qualified. Forget about that. I know what I'm talking about. Me ain't talking foolishness. And as for the comrade who make he TikTok, this Bowen fella and one lie does lie, let me tell you something. To prove I lying, you have to prove that I set out to deceive people. And you don't just call people liars just so they get a thing to say. You jump out hot and hurry. I telling you, come down someday, boy. Understand first before you jump out and they set you and chain you, boy. Because you know what you're talking about. I go Bruce, yes, all public officers, only be smart. Thank you, Bruce, for the opportunity. No Back on all Friday.
And she made a lot of sense there. She did. So let's see how that goes. Caller, good morning.
Morning, my brother, Bruce.
Hey, morning, big brother. How you doing?
Yeah, just cool, man. I would like to say morning to Dominic here for you, morning to the lovely Sean Felix here for you this morning. Bruce, that last caller is so correct. You cannot have a country where we earn revenue by energy. So the energy wavers, sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, sometimes the income high, so what it is you all are saying, you want the People's National Movement is not the government of the public service alone. There are hundreds of thousands of people in this country. We have to have medicine for the senior citizens. We have to have pension. We have to have social programs in place for the blind, the deaf, the disabled. You understand?
Yeah.
This attitude we have that the government, why is that public servant? You have to give me money. You have to. I mean, go and ask the majority of citizens why there are public servants who are very hard working in this country. The majority of this country going to tell you the kind of bad services they get from the public service, from the public sector. And I'm not hearing Anna Rosia and these guys and them addressing these issues. You understand? Or they just want this attitude like, I know government work on wherever I say I have to get. To hell with the rest of the country, that is the attitude. Well, they have to work things out, you understand, in a kind of logical and a systematical order so that we don't bankrupt the country. We just can't look at what happened in Barbados the other day. How much public service servants went home.
Yep.
What's where they went home? So it could be a case that it could get up to the 25, as Roger was saying. We go stop at 24%. You want 24%? And look at the economy of the world right now. Look what's happening worldwide, globally. You laugh, we go take 20. We ain't going to be so cool. We go take 24%. Where is the government getting it from? So what we're telling the people this morning, Roger, forget the medicine, forget the blind, the deaf, forget all the social programs in this country, and just give the public servant everything and bankrupt the country. That is the attitude. Trinidad and Tobago, we could do better than that. We could use our logic and our common sense more than that. Trinidad and Tobago, we have to wake up. I looked on and listening, my brother.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you.
brother, bless. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning to the listeners and callers of 91.9. Good morning to Miss Sharon Felix. Good morning to Mr. Dominic Rumi, and good morning to Miss Aisha Wells. Good morning to Google. Dominic, did you see the news last night, the 7 o'clock news on any station last night? Any frequency?
No, is Bruce here, Brian?
Yeah, Bruce, sorry.
Yeah.
You saw the news last night?
Actually, I didn't. I wasn't at home at the time.
But there was on both frequencies, on CNC3 and TV6, had a particular lady who was complaining that her house was cracking right down the middle. That she had labored so long in the vineyards for, and she had to take a gratuity of $300,000, her own money, to try to save her house because the road wasn't any good, and there was a leak under the roadway, and it was seeping under her house, and her house showed a very wide crack, and she wanted help from the government to see if they could fix the leak and fix the road. I want to ask that lady and others like her if you prefer the government come and fix that for you right now, or give more percentages to these people the unions who going to march, and get them the back pay before they come and they fix your house and your road in front of you where the water line leaking. You see, Dominic, the last caller, not Jenny, the last gentleman said it correct. There are other things to study, and the government has to weigh it. If the government has offered 4%, I am not saying it is. If I am a civil servant, it might be the best for me. But if I am logical, and if according to Sister Jenny, you're asking us to think. You understand? All she says, she said, don't march, Jenny said, don't maybe perhaps try and get a little more, or to ask for other things, Say what she's saying, ask for other things. But if it is we are logical, and every time you put on your TV in the night, you're seeing tires burning. Everybody complaining about the roads caving in. The road ain't good. My car mashing up. My car, according to the people, chanting it, leaning. The government and the government and the government and the government and the government. What you want the government to do? The Prime Minister came and he said, listen, we got a little windfall of $8.4 billion. Perhaps you could give something to the people represented by the unions. Let the unions come and talk with us. They said no. So what do you want the government to do? The government can't take all the money and say, oh, let's forget the union, or hold that and we go talk afterwards again. The government has to go with the process and the policy that is there for them to follow. And if they make an offer to the unions to come and let's sit down and discuss, we could give out something at this point in time to alleviate the problems, all the people suffering for 2013 salary. Okay, well, let's sit down and talk. But all they're hearing is, let me march. Those Kapaya and dealers want to march. They're marching tomorrow again. They're marching today. And be poor. And be seeing trouble. And it's your people. And, I mean, what is this? Nobody Everybody wants to lend a help and to try to understand that the government too is under the gun. The government too is under pressure to try to assist and alleviate all the pressures. You think that they want to fix the roads? It's costing millions and millions, but they have to prioritize. So who's going to get priority? Tell me. Does Rosie care about the lady who was cracking and needs immediate help today? But she does spend $300,000 gratuity? I want people to call and answer that question. Who to help first? Them who going and march and drink rum later? Or the lady who was cracking right now and could fall down at any time? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Sharon. Good morning, everybody, Trinidad and Tobago. We all have to pray hard and stop this set of stupidness, what they're doing, and they want the money and they want the money. The country and have no set of money all over the world is the same thing.
True.
I always hear my grandmother say, a half a loaf is better than nothing. So we all have to get together and pray and thank God that everything move out smooth with this money, what they have to give them. And I don't like how they're getting on ridiculous. This thing is not a no thing. And then the pandemic come and make it get a little worse. So they need to sit down and think about what is going on in the whole world and keep themselves quiet and take what they have to get. Because it's not now this thing going on. It's all the time. Every time time pass, all 8 years and whatever, that does happen. But I don't know why people forgetting that. You understand? It's not a first time thing. So we need to sit down and think and pray hard that nothing will happen to the worst, because outside there is all kind of things going on. Here, Trinidad and Tobago, all you pray and behave all yourself. And thank God that what all you have to get, you have to satisfy with it. We cannot do nothing about that. And the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister and the this and the that and it's all kind of stupidness here. Stop it all at Trinidad and Tobago. Behave all yourself and pray hard and everything will happen smooth. You hear what I'm telling you all? Behave all yourself and sit down and think and pray on this thing, what it is going on in the whole world right now. Okay? Have a blessed day. And everybody, morning, and be good. Okay? Manu, Shak Lady, Sharon, Mommy Sauce, wherever all is, all you pray. The Titan, all you pray, everybody pray. This thing is very, very serious. You understand? Okay then, Bruceville.
Yes, my dear.
You have a blessed day. And the Prime Minister, you and your family, always stay safe and have a blessed day. Yeah?
You too, my dear.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, guys, we're getting ready to go for the break. So, keep it locked. We'll be right back.
To the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife Nikki Garcia for the Bible study every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mark chapter 16 verse 15 says, "Go into all the world and preach this gospel for every creature, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation."
Jesus.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the old-time gospel hour all-night prayer. This and every Friday evening on the Street 919 FM from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Well, the thing fell off. All you need to remember is that we're sailing from the breakfast shed in Port of Spain. We are boarding at 6:30 p.m. sharp because we're sailing at 7. This is a cooler event, so no glass bottles and no oversized coolers allowed. It's my birthday bash. We're talking about fireworks, cutting at the cake rhythm section, the full works. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you could probably try and see if they could get you a tickets at Roberts. Call Roberts at 333-2181. That's 333-2181. See you there.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. Don't know.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108. Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon, right here on the Street 919 FM.
Tune into the Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Showin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
for that boat experience again. The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it does well.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're locked on to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy with yours truly, Bruce Wayne. Yes, I'm in the lone chair this morning. So we're continuing to take your calls, 342-0081 and 466-5391. Caller, good morning.
Bruce is me.
Yeah, Jen.
Because this is a very serious thing. This is no joke thing. The period that is being negotiated and looking at is 14-16. Who was the government in office between 14-15? Not the UNC or PP, whatever they call themselves. Why it is all them union leaders didn't settle for that period one time. Back then, oil prices was over $100 and something US a barrel. Did we have COVID-19? Did we have a Ukraine and Russia war going on? Did we have all the dramas that going on? They could have got the 24% and the 19%, all they was asking for. Why didn't settle it then? But no, who was in parliament under UNC and who with this party and MSJ, because MSJ was a part of the PP government, all of that, they didn't want to march against the government. They didn't want to make no noise against the government. Why didn't settle back then? Mr. Lambert, you could only say only one that are bashing union leader is only business. Because only saying, I trying to mash up the union movement and I is a cook. But then the union movement in a real mess. If a cook could mash up the union movement. Mr. Lambert was in the Senate there. Why he didn't fight for daily paid workers to get a pension? They're still going home and have to wait till 65 to get old age pension. Why you didn't do the best for all your members who pay all their money, all their big salaries when money was nice in the country? It's not all about the jumpy people. I am saying public officers deserve an increase. I'm not saying no. However, don't let them lead all they done because they was right and could have get big money. They could have settled. That was 14, 15, 16. We still have 17, 18, 19. We still have 20, 21, and 22. But they happen over 14, 16 now. Because what? I asking, is it because it's a PNM government in there? Is it because they don't like Dr. Rowley? Because Mr. Annie said, not Annie said, now we name Roger. You remember he was dressed out in the road with Kamala Prasad after he said all them thing about the woman. All them kind of nasty thing. He was there delivering a letter, no confidence in Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Why all didn't deliver a letter and no confidence after MSJ would have come out of the partnership? And so all kind of thing, all they didn't go and deliver a letter to say Kamala Prasad says all they didn't have no confidence in she. All they too wicked, all they some other union leaders, they're too wicked and it's ingenious with what they're doing and trying to chain up workers now to come out on the road to the government and government. This is not about no damn government. It's about unions doing the best for the workers, for the members, because the members' money had them living large. Look at the one on PSA. It's alleged salary $55,000 a month. But talking about the government, how we living on crumbs while they live the nice life. All they're doing the same thing to the members. All they how we living on crumbs because we don't get nothing from all here. We can't even have a meeting in PSA for you to account for the money you, Leroy Batiste, spending since the day January. You can't account for the money. You're not having a meeting with the general council members, but you have a big meeting with all them union and them upstairs up on the rooftop in PSA. Ain't you all the wicked and bad boy? I want you to tell me things. Bruce, I really vexed this morning, you know. I don't mind nobody protesting. I be right. to come out in the street and protest. I don't have a problem with that. But tell the people the right thing. All I want all the ordinary members in the union to remain uneducated because they stop training in PSA. Nobody ain't going nowhere again and train and do nothing. All they want the ordinary members to not know nothing what's going on and just come out and tell them march, picket and all that. And all they're not educating the ordinary members because they're on politics, boy. All they're too wicked and bad. You, Leroy Batiste, me ain't calling nobody else's name. Whoever garden is falling, they could take it up, they could water it, do whatever the hell they want. All they're wicked. Go.
Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bruce.
Morning. You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Nice.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, this is our first time caller here.
Welcome. Where are you calling from?
Union Hall, San Fernando.
Nice.
I have a little question I want to put in here. So, Sister Jenny, if everybody follow them union leaders and then follow that lady, they will go on the right path, you know. That lady doesn't talk no nonsense and stupidness, you know.
True.
Next thing is, all them union leaders, before they go and ask Kamala and them for the money that is cheap, so they could get money, it will be a better day for them. And this fella they call Clyde Elder from CWU, that is a strong UN. He only on politics, you know. He only fooling people. And there are a lot of people who are self-educated and following these set of stupid people and them. They will carry them down a river like the Pied Piper. Blow all the whistle, all of them will follow them and all of them go and drown in the hole and the union leaders and then go and stop. Thank you for giving me this privilege to voice my opinion. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning, yes.
Where you going, Lale?
Hi there, cool. How are you doing?
Bruce, I looking at what is going on in this country. It's a spiritual warfare, you know, darling. It's evil against good. That is what the fight is about. It's spiritual warfare in this country. All of the world going through, but Trinidad, they just have a evil, some evil taking over the land. So that is my take on what is happening into the country.
Yes.
You just have to pray. And, you know, it's hurting. I know I feel Jenny pain most times than everybody else. But it's just a spiritual battle. It's a battle. Between good, evil against good. The Prime Minister is a good man. He's an honorable man. And it's easy to detect because look what they did Jesus Christ. And he's still too long and doing good. So we just have to pray. Plenty prayers.
Yes.
Okay. Have a good day, darling.
You too, my dear. Take care. 342-0081-466-5391. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning, my daughter Sharon. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, the Titans. Yes. Good morning, all the Titans that are on abroad. Angie, Jenny. Well, good contributions this morning, Jenny. Enjoy them. Two of them. Right on point. 1225 Pasty Street. Hit a note there. And I want to tell Gina to talk about something that you have been talking about this week. You know, my Tobago crew. So Mount St. George, Miss Crosby, the Archer, Miss Lions, yes, and all the international Titans. This morning, very greetings to everybody.
Yes.
Right? Because the thing is, Bruce, that we've got to be vigilant. See how Jenny and Brian and Passy Street and all the people talk there? That is the purpose of getting our point of view across. And I want to do that too. But today, I want to focus on what happened on Wednesday. Wednesday was the second anniversary of the PNM in the second term. Right, Bruce?
Yes.
The 10th
yes.
of August. But before I do that,
I want to touch on two little things. The first one, I want to touch on the scrap metal thing, because they are part of the thing today too,
Yes.
Touching on that. But the first thing I want to do is to clear the air. Bruce, are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear, Mr. Chance.
Yes. I want to clear the air on the matter of the success of our sportsmen and sportswomen. Because you see, today is Friday. That happened this week. And sometimes we have a short memory. And I understand that there have been people getting in on this platform trying to create mischief and water down certain things and asking side questions. So today, like Jenny, I'm very firm in my contribution because my contribution today hits on the button. I want to say that the reward, the financial reward given by the government, because sometimes we let things fly over our head. Just as Jenny was talking and Brian, some of the things fly over our head and we get caught up into bacchanal and confusion. But let me say why I congratulated the government with respect to the financial reward. The financial reward the athletes got for the Commonwealth Games was only 1 tier, Bruce. Bruce?
Yeah.
The financial reward, that is for Commonwealth Games. But let me tell you, Bruce, there are other higher financial rewards, put in place by this government, People hear this, The highest reward for achievement in sport is at the Olympic Games, If you get a gold medal at the Olympic Games, put in by this government from 2018, you know what's your financial reward, Bruce? $1 million. Wow. If you get a silver, it's $500,000. And if you get a bronze, it's $250,000. And it doesn't stop there, Bruce. There's something called the World Championship, Bruce. And at the World Championship, if you get a gold medal, it's $500,000. And if you get a silver medal, it's $250,000. And if you get a bronze medal, it's $125,000.
Okay.
So, Bruce, the highest level in the Olympic Games, and if you get a gold medal there, it's $1 million. You understand me, Bruce? That is among the best in the Latin America and the Caribbean, among the best financial reward policy for sportsmen and sportswomen. That was put in place as a policy from 2018 by this government. And do you like black people? Who are the people winning all the medals?
Yes.
That's the question, Bruce. So don't let people come inside this and feel. The second one I want to talk about is the scrap iron thing. Just like Jenny, I want to talk about this thing, I want to talk about the scrap iron thing. You know why I want to talk about it? Because I remember Zina talking about it twice. But the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police had a press conference 2 Fridays ago. But many of us didn't pay attention to it because we thought this thing. Let me remind the people what the Commissioner of Police told us. Because I'm speaking as a citizen. I'm not no sycophant. I'm speaking as a citizen and bringing the facts. The Commissioner of Police told us that what was happening with the manhole covers and the gates and the bell in the church was not just larceny. Larceny meaning it was not just stealing, but it had gone to another level, the level of malicious damage. Yes. The malicious means people are doing things with an intent. And know what they're doing it? They were doing it to interfere with the infrastructure of Trinidad and Tobago. So that you will find yourself with not electricity and you don't understand why that's happening. And you find yourself with water and you don't know what's happening. And you find yourself with not being able to make a call on your phone, the internet interfered with. So that is you're interfering with the national infrastructure. So you're going past thieving. You know, so your man will cover your teeth with a bell, but you start to interfere with the country because the country's business is run through communication. Who's doing that? Why are they doing it, Bruce? Right? That's the picture that the Commissioner of Police painted for us. But let me tell you something, Bruce. That didn't happen here alone, I want to tell you people what happened in Jamaica. I will tell you what happened in Jamaica. I'm reading here, the Jamaican Information Service. Hear what they say, June the 16th, 2008. You hear how long? And the headline is, stringent measure needed to regulate the scrap metal industry trade. I want Mr. Ferguson to listen to me. Listen to what is happening on the record in the Caribbean. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Mr. Budham, has strongly stressed the need for stringent measures to be implemented for the smooth running operation of the scrap metal industry. That's in Jamaica. Bruce, that's Jamaica. Mr. Budham was speaking with the scrap metal operation to identify practical solutions to regulate the industry following, here is Bruce, continuous incidents of metal thefts across the country. That's in Jamaica, Bruce. Yeah. That's in Jamaica. But here is last part. People just sit down and listen to this piece. Because you see, they're giving the impression that Dr. Rowley is a dictator and he's wicked and he's the worst thing in the Caribbean and the world. Hear this part. This is in Jamaica. The meeting held at Kingston, Jamaica, focused on the reasons for the suspension of the scrap metal exports. What are we doing, Trinidad? Is that what the minister said? They want to suspend it? The same thing.
Yep.
For the suspension of the scrap metal exports and the way forward. He said it would not tolerate activities that destroys the country's infrastructure. You hear that? People, you hear that? And I want to tell you why the media, and many of them are disingenuous. A couple of weeks ago, a member of the scrap metal industry from Jamaica was on site with a meeting with Fazil Mohammed on TV6. And he answered the question when Fazil asked him. He said, listen, what did they do in Jamaica? He said, and Bruce, listen, now all he had is, he said the government suspended the scrap metal industry for 4 years before they could start to export. But this government did it for 6 months. And today they marching, oh God, Rowley City bad. So we must sit down here as a society. Can't make a call if you're a doctor in hospital. You can't get current. That is why Zina be on point. You can't get water because people are interfering with the national infrastructure of the country. They're only thieving to make money. That's what they're doing. And that is why the government has stand firm, like in Jamaica. Jamaica gave them 4 years. Trinidad and Tobago, the government 6 months was really wicked, and they marching with Russia and them today. That is part of the march. Plenty of them you see there is part of the march. So let me close off by congratulating the government for, on Wednesday, they celebrated 2 years in government. I want to tell you why, Bruce. Bruce, I want to tell you why I have to congratulate the government for celebrating. Now, all of us, when they ask us, what did the government do, Bruce, for the last 2 years? We said, they want to know how much box drainage bill. They want to know all of that. But let me tell you, hear this ruling. This ruling came on the 20th of June, 2022. And you want to know what the government do? Well, I'm giving you this ruling. A ruling from the Privy Council that will tell you what the government do from 2020 to 2022. Hear it. The Privy Council has unanimously upheld the management of the COVID-19 pandemic since 2020 by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. The Privy Council found that the government had done all that was necessary based on sound medical advice and expert scientific evidence and made in the public interest of protecting, I want to hear the speech of Bruce. That's what the Privy Council told the government in black and white. And made in the public interest of protecting the life. You hear that, Bruce? The life and health of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. You want to know what the government do? When last, Bruce, what was the major crisis facing the world over the last 2 years?
Pandemic.
Not COVID-19, Bruce?
Yep, COVID-19.
Millions of people died. Every government of the world, that was the focus, to save people's life. We had 4,000 plus deaths, unfortunately. But this government, this same government, that we didn't know what they do. But let me tell you something. The first thing they did was to protect your life. This government was one of the first governments, it's free in the world, to start to close your borders from people coming in. This government was ranked #1 in the world by Oxford University for protecting its citizens. This government acquired 1.6 million vaccines to protect all of us. 1.6 million. Over 715,000 persons have been fully vaccinated to protect us from the COVID-19 virus. And you want to know what the government do? This government gives social grants across the board to all citizens, financial grants, food packages during this period of time to protect the citizens. And the Privy Council told us that they protected our lives over the last 2 years, Bruce. Bruce, the last pandemic was in 1918. No government in this country since our independence have ever had to face a pandemic.
True.
So you want to know? You want to know if you build a drain? You want to know if you build a school? Well, let me tell you, the government saved your life. Which is a higher priority, Bruce? The people, all the columnists and all the commentators who write in us, you know why they could do that, Bruce? Because they are alive. Bruce, all the people talking and saying Rowley and this and that, you know how they could talk? They are alive. Who put the structures in place to keep everybody alive? Unfortunately, some died, but who did it? And why the Privy Council told us that? You know, the UNC fought us right 15 times. They took us to court, Bruce, costing us $15 million. They tell us to go in the sun, drink hydrochloroquine, drink punching. That's what they told us over the last 2 years. And they still want to ask us what the government do. Well, let me remind you, the Privy Council told us that the government of Trinidad and Tobago protected our lives. Thank you very much, Bruce, for this long opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chance. I'm loving the contributions this morning. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Dominic. Yes, it is said that a prophet is scorned in his own land. And so they're treating Dr. Rowley in this place. But how did we get this way in Trinidad and Tobago? When Dr. Williams wanted to do good for the citizenry, there was always opposition. He wanted to get back Shagaramas. The people who he spoke to call him anti. Right? So you're not friendly with us, so we will work against you. Look at the kind of things that we have been experiencing. The riots in the 70s, those who oppose us purchasing BV, they oppose us getting control of Texaco and the oil industry. They oppose us establishing point leases, things that benefit the nation, you know.
Yeah.
All the way down to today, even when Mr. Manning, God rest his soul, tried to improve our transportation infrastructure, and he had the wherewithal, right? The people opposed him. The prophet is always scorned in his own land. And when they dug and sat to see the errors of the ways, they bawling, woe is me. Traffic jam, problems, and now look at the situation we face with this scrap iron situation. That scrap iron thing is supposed to be something nationally operated, you know. Like how they have solid waste.
Yeah.
Everybody's supposed to be getting together and going across the country and collecting all the rubble and do it in an organized way so that no small pirate would have the opportunity to go and attack our infrastructural places and steal to make a profit. This is the only way we could really make anything right in this place, you know. If we are divided, like this group that we have here who constantly antagonizing the ruling party, we will always be in a disposition. We lost when I say a wonderful opportunity, when they moved Mr. Manning. And I cannot believe that the UNC and Anti-Kamala did that on their own accord. They had help, and somebody was pulling the string, people just not seeing it.
True.
If they understood, they try to single out or isolate Trinidad and Tobago. We're not isolated. The world is a small village right now because we are so connected. People who have nefarious ideals would look to subvert our country. Just like the drug lords, the organized crime, because we are so far away from the metropolitan areas. That is where the criminal element would look to run rampant in your neighborhood. So we have to be vigilant in order to check it and make sure it does not overtake us. Because look at how we operate now. They still have elements of the, when I say the underworld here operating, the human trafficking, the drug trafficking, the arms trafficking, and even those who come here to instigate riots and discord within the state, just to keep us off balance, that we don't get our foot firmly on the ground, that the nation could start to rise. It have people that don't want you to prosper, you know.
Yep.
So what these people doing here, I don't really favor too much unionism, because they don't uplift the public state of consciousness. A union is supposed to be able to train people in the work that they're doggone fighting for. Right? The oil industry, the trucking industry, if it is the marine industry, the airline industry, the banking industry, get the population oriented so that they can perform in that area. And we need to have the state of mind that if one is sick, somebody else could always take his place.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have that. We don't have that. And we are at a disadvantage because of that. And those who want to be selfish, you know, because they figure if a next man come there, he will take what I have here. You're going and leave it when you go. 6 by 6. Why are you fighting so much? Yeah? Let's Bruce. Well, have a nice day.
You too, my brother. Take care.
Yeah.
Another wonderful contribution. Caller, good morning.
Uncle Bruce, good morning. How you doing today, man?
Hey, they cool, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good by God's grace. Right, Auntie Cheryl, morning. Uncle Dominic, morning. Professor Chance. I just talking about Professor Chance and Principal Jenny. People who listen to the titans of democracy in Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to call all your friends, all your neighbors, whenever you hear Professor Chance is on the radio, to get proper, correct, informative information. Put down whatever you're doing and call all the people you know and tell them to listen. Also, when Sister Jenny is on the radio, which I call her the principal. We have professors, we have principals, we have vice principals, and we have good teachers. Call and tell your friends, your neighbors, and whoever, listen to these people and stop listening to the distractors, especially those who are with the UNC. Stop listening to them and listen to information that is correct and that is important to Trinidad and Tobago. Let them stop listening to foolishness. Mr. Wall Street, stop talking nonsense about Dr. Rowley and whoever, whatever, bodybuilding. Listen to proper information. That's all I want to tell the people this morning. I ain't saying nothing else. Next week I'm going to talk something.
Nice.
All right, Uncle Brucey. Have a good one. Have a wonderful weekend. All of Trinidad and Tobago. Love you all, ladies who love Mom St. George. Love you all. Love you all. You be safe and have a wonderful and God bless weekend.
Yeah, man. Bless. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bruce.
Good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
Oh, gosh, boy, I am elated. Bruce, I'm going to Trinidad and Tobago. My God. Listen, Bruce, this morning, listening to all your contributors this morning, I am over 80 already, you know, Bruce. And I have to congratulate the callers this morning on this program. All you know, I'm quite aware of a lot of the contribution, but some of them they bring back memories, and they are so right in this place. And I wonder if the majority of right-thinking persons in Trinidad and Tobago have been tuning in to listen to this program, 91.9 on mornings. Especially this morning is a special morning to me, you know. I am so happy and elated to hear the contribution that I had to call in and say thank you. Thank you. Thank 91.9 for enlightening the minds and educating the people of Trinidad and Tobago and not being sidetracked by those set of hypocrites and scams on the other side of the wall. Bruce, have a nice day. Thanks to Lady Sharon, Dominic, Google, and the young lady on the afternoon. You all have a wonderful day.
You too,
God is good. The light is there. Have a nice day, Bruce.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Yeah, man.
Loving the contributions. Caller, good morning.
Bruce.
Morning.
Just to piggyback on what Mr. Chan said this morning with respect to the government giving us the most important thing, life. Bruce, you remember, the government didn't only do that with respect to COVID, you know, Bruce. And the opposition at the time, as Mr. Chance rightly said, opposed it in all sorts of stupid ways. Bruce, you remember the government also went to legislate for amendments to the bail bill, Bruce? So that those with respect to guns and with additional cases would spend the 120 days behind bars until the case was called, until the police could do the work and so on, Bruce, and the UNC said no, because they saw no, it didn't bear any fruit. You remember that, Bruce? And when the AG got up to speak the walkout, you remember that?
Ah, boy.
And you remember in the upper house, Bruce, when the government was looking for certain senators to support the bill like Paul Richards, Senator Timal, and especially Senator Sipasad. Yeah, Senator Sipasad, his sister Bliss Sipasad. The Senator Sipasad who was abused when they came down to the lower house by the opposition. Remember that, Bruce?
Yeah, man.
Remember those days? And the government warned the people, warned them, well, they need to support this bill, Bruce, so that we'll be able to at least preserve life, because there are killers out there who have done it more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. Remember how many people, when they did the search on certain people who were caught, Bruce, how many times they had gone before the court, Bruce?
Yeah.
Some of them 22, some of them 29, Bruce. Remember what the same Roger said, that it's not that you ain't gonna know when the bandits and them come to shoot you, Bruce. But Bruce said coming home to roast, Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce, you know who was killed yesterday evening, 5:30, Bruce? By the gun, Bruce? Brian Lara's nephew, Bruce, was shot and killed 5:30 yesterday afternoon, Bruce. Shot dead, Bruce. Not chop, you know, Bruce. Not knocked down, you know, Bruce. Not strangled, you know, Bruce. Shot and killed. Bruce is coming home to roost, and I'm putting that around the neck of Paul Richards, Ms. Siposad, Mr. Timon, and the 2 others who didn't vote. I'm putting that around the neck of the UNC, who don't care about we. You understand, Bruce?
Yes.
I'm putting that around the neck like an albatross. Because Bruce is coming home to roost. Bruce, every time you leave home, you have to wonder whether you will come back home to your family alive, Bruce.
Yes, true.
Because you're not giving the police and the judiciary and the government a chance to do the work, Bruce. People getting killed in broad daylight. We saw it twice in Port of Spain. Broad daylight. So, Bruce, you see what's going on?
Yep.
Understand? So, if Brian Lara nephew, Brian Lara, you know who Brian Lara is? The Prince of Port of Spain, you know, Bruce. The Prince of Port of Spain. A popular family. Who next, Bruce? Who next? The government not only working for COVID to save with life, Bruce, they're trying to save with life from the gun-toting people in Trinidad and Tobago. Those who don't care, the gangs, the gang leaders. Those who don't care about our lives, Bruce. Those who will come out here in broad daylight while you're sitting down in your car and pump you full of shots, Bruce. That is who they're trying to save. And people are against that, Bruce. They're marching today, Bruce.
Oh, boy.
Because they want money, Bruce. You understand? And the government have to work even harder. So it's coming home, Bruce. Who next, Bruce? We cannot start good yet. Who next? And every time you watch TV6, Bruce, now they're putting it in big bowl, 341.
Yeah.
You understand?
They're making sure you see it.
They're making sure you see it. You're blind like bat. And you only have half an eye. They're making sure you see it. They ain't just calling it out again, Bruce. They're printing it big and bold for you. But they ain't going to print the good things that this government has done to assist the people of Trinidad and Tobago, Bruce. They're printing that. No. No, sir. They have all the people out there all the morning talk show hosts who they ain't care about that. No big thing. But every night, Bruce, they're printing it for you to see.
Yeah.
To make sure you see it and make sure it's sticking in the back of your mind. And it's also doing the sums for you, but it's 150 more than it was last year.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now everybody is mathematician. Who next, Bruce? Who next? Which could be the next popular person, heaven forbid. Family, friend, you, me, to go via the gun, Bruce. It's gone up from 91% to 97%, Bruce. Who next, Bruce? Have a good day.
You too, my brother. Caller, good morning.
Bruce, this will be my final calling this morning.
That's okay, Jen. You could...
No, I'm telling you because it's an important thing to me and a lot of people. And these are the things that make people say that unions are irrelevant. Unions are not irrelevant, you know. Sometimes it's the leaders because unions are very important in any society. In the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, the Industrial Relations Act is a part of it because that treats with labor. Labor is a part of the social partners of this country. The government is the largest employer. We have the private sector and we have the unions that should be a part. That is why they had the tripartite committee where union could sit there and give a voice, tell the government what they think should go on in the labor and things like that. It's very important, but it's unfortunate. Some union leaders have led the unions in a state where it is politically aligned because Watson Solomon Duke was an active politician, minority leader with his own party while sitting as the president of PSA. So when you go to treat the CPO around the table, are you treating with a politician of a political party or who will be a part of the governance structure? So basically, I employer themselves, and they come to sit before a CPO. Who is the CPO talking to? An employer or a union fighting for the employee? That's the conflict of interest that Watson Solomon Duke introduced into the union movement as a sitting politician. Then we have the others with MSG and all that. But this is the point I want to make. Watson Solomon Duke had all of us because he used to have the support. I used to be marching because he had that vigor and the excitement and that drive. And we say yes. After Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus would have retired from the PSA, okay, so you get our next good leader. That's what we were thinking back then. And he had us marching all over. The last march I marched with Watson Solomon Duke, the cooks and so much people. We went up in San Fernando. The doctors were marching with us, nurses were marching with us, and we were marching against the 5%. We said we're not taking that. That was about the Wednesday of that week or the Thursday of that week. Because we are all over Trinidad and Tobago, we're not taking 5%. the minister, one of the ministers, and Dr. Ruda Mulilan said, take all the 5% and went to the side. I didn't hear none of them say nothing. And by the Friday of that week, maybe a day after we went on march, Watson Solomon Juke was sitting with the Prime Minister at the time, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, with a document and signing on behalf of public officers, accepting 5%. And then he fly out the country. I didn't hear no union stand up and say, we shut down, we bring letter, no confidence. I didn't hear that. We take your 5% and whine to the side. Other unions, NUJF got 9%. And them is times when the country had money. Mr. Lambert was a part of UNC. Money was nice, but get OWT and NUJF get 9%. And then after some scene, you come back after and some 4%, whatever. But the salient point is this. We were marching against 5% when the country had money. And Duke went and signed behind the members who were marching back because the union don't dictate we pay. It says we paying the union executive members to work on our behalf. We are their employers. We are not the employees. They cannot accept nothing without it going to the general membership for agreement. And it went before the membership and we said we're not taking 5%. And he sell it. That's why we just say he sell us out. Public officers, remember that when we go out in the streets today to march, I don't have a problem with nobody marching. But remember the big sellout in times when the country had money. We were betrayed by Public Service Association president at the time, Watson Solomon Drew. Now we have a backdoor president, Leroy Batiste, who is a manager from WASA. The first vice president is a contracted worker from WASA. The treasurer is a WASA employee also, and an IRO. Right now, then the minister say about 426 managers from WASA have to go home and they restructuring WASA. So is it a WASA march to save jobs, or is it really a march against 4%? PSA took WASA to the Minister of Public Utilities and the Public Utilities, the Industrial Court, to stop the WASA and the ministry and the minister from modernizing and doing whatever they have to do with WASA. They lost that case. The government got the alright, the green light to remodernize WASA. So that was a done deal. The union, I understand, is alleging $1 million to pay a white man who was walking up and down in PHA election. Some QC here, handy or something. So $1 million of we money to go in industrial court to bring the Ministry of Public Utilities and the Minister Marvin Gonzalez to court to stop the modernization of WASA, and they lost. So he, in my opinion, and all the rest are called there, the first vice president, that's like it's the job them fighting for, but it's a done deal. So stop fooling WASA workers. That passed through Parliament, everything agreed like on only can't stop that. What all they supposed to be doing is making sure all the recognized majority unions who represent all at WASA make sure that all the retrenchment benefit and everything, all they get everything all they could get and move on. It ain't gonna be easy, it ain't gonna be nice, but don't let them fool all here. I wanted to put that out there. Remember the 5% sell out. Bruce, thank you always for the opportunity.
No problem, Jen. 342-00814665391. You're locked on to the Street 909 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy. It's Bacchanal Friday. Call me up, call me up. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning to you, Bruce Wayne.
Hey, morning, my brother. How you doing?
What's the chance, Philip, Dominic, all loyal listeners and callers, all who on the line? Well, you know, I always hit in the union for 8, 7, and 8. But the ball them bowling, it's so soft that I could hit it and hit it and hit it. You was watching, yeah. The unions and them is necessary. But as I show you, they have no business head. They're broken for ideas, and they're not really interested in workers. Whereas Bruce, you know, a little calculation. 100,000 workers right now paying $50, right? So just these unions is $5 million. So for the year, it's $60 million. You telling me all of them couldn't have put up 10% of what they think and get into business, any kind of business, even a toll business? Changing car tires. If you was showing you, running a gas station, you was showing you, open up a little Tolom factory. They go coming from, but no. The only thing they're good to do in Trinidad and Tobago is demonstrate, protest, and march. And listen to how it goes, Bruce. An 85-year-old man still renting. You understand what I'm showing you? Waiting on his pension to pay his rent, and then telling the government he want more money because he not no money to buy food. If you was showing you, they need to buy a lot of land, or 2 lots of land, and tell 2 workers, well, what we buy this for you, pay we back. And while they're paying them back, they get 2 other lots. No business head at all. So I tell you, I want the government to listen to workers and do the right thing concerning negotiations. I want it to be speedy because I really want to see this country on a path that everybody making sure that productivity is the name of the game in Trinidad and Tobago. Increased productivity, as a matter of fact, is the name of the game in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Thank you, my brother. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning again, Bruce.
Morning.
Bruce, how we get in this situation? You know, plenty of people keep asking that the government go to the IMF. You know, you're going to a bank to borrow money. A lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago, when you don't have the financial structure to borrow, and you go and you borrow, and any little thing take place, your financial state will be in a despicable state. People need to understand what structural adjustment is. When you're in terms of the World Bank and the IMF, read up on what structural adjustment does have to be implemented by the borrowers. You know, when the bank tell you, you want to borrow some money, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to make sure you control your spending so that you can pay some money back. See what structural adjustment means. Jamaica went and borrowed money from the IMF, and they had to allow a certain amount of freedom in their economy that not only rest a lot of their local farmers, but it put them in a disposition that they very much wouldn't be able to get out immediately unless they can diversify and improve their GDP. So we have to pay attention to that. Our government has been staving off this kind of measures, keeping us out of that perilous realm they call as IMF borrowing. It keeps us sound and stable, but the people inside who keep agitating for it, you have to wonder what is their motive. Is somebody encouraging you to go and do this? Why? You want to cut off your nose and spoil your face? We reached a state where we die. Even though we are in a dire strait that we have to get money from outside. And even when people who in dire strait take money from outside, they end up in a worse state. Look at Sri Lanka. So we have to hold the reins and keep steering the ship straight. Don't go to that side by Duke and by all the little agitators and aggravators against the government. Hold the reins. Stay with your PNM. This is what built this nation to where it is now. You let that go, and you can see all what the niceties that you enjoy now just fleet away. So we have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right, Bruce?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, keep it strong, man. Keep it strong.
Yeah, man. Bless. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce. Good morning.
Morning.
And good morning to Sharon and Dominic. But Bruce, I listen to the conversation, and I always repeating this one in the unions and them to say that the unions and them don't know how to run business and things, that is not totally true. But what the unions do, they do the negotiations and get the little contracts for themselves. As I keep saying, the contract in WASA and the union president who works in WASA, and his wife has a contract. Then we have another union president who get the contract on the boat, the service and clean the boat and those things. So they know how to do it. But my problem with that, you cannot sit in a position of influence in a company and give your family or yourselves contract. It's something like that though usually happen in the private sector. If that is to happen, is your family has to have a special service that the company needs, and the price is extremely good and thing, and then the directors or thing, they will come together and they'll make a choice, but they will have conditions with that. Whoever working there mustn't have too much input from the company to leak back, but that is a risk that will be taken, so that is why the private sector really don't do that. And this should never happen in the public sector either. But then again, you're talking about WASA and the Port Authority. These two entities, as we know it, ain't no secret, is riddled with corruption. But the message this morning is about the union. We need the union in Bruce. Unions is very important because we have a lot of unscrupulous employers taking advantage of workers. And in the private sector, if you identify yourself as going to a union and you're in a union, they tend to victimize you, pressure your tail for you to leave. Right? And the union needs to take a look at that. And then on top of it, we had a union leader who was offered the NIF and turned it down. Now, you see what the NIF done now? Workers would not be better off than the 20-something percent they're asking for now. You have bonds, it's all kind of thing that you could go into and you could think, and that is the weakness of the union who lead in the unions, the people who lead in us in the union. They're not really seeking workers' interest. The union itself, as a union, you look at a union itself, it is a very important tool in the working sector to negotiate with employers for betterment for workers. But the union leaders is more seeing it for themselves, the contracts, the thing, the glory, the posh cars, the high-end houses, the luxury food. They more study that than to see about the interest of workers, man, and that is what Jennifer is really talking about, Jennifer and lashing and bringing on those things. I mean, if that union, PSA, had any democracy in it, why try to stifle her? When the issues that she's thinking affecting workers, and then it's just like WASA is the chief thing of PSA and WASA calling all the shots. So, and that is wrong. WASA, you can have the people running the PSC, all of them in WASA, at the top end of that. That is wrong. The power is supposed to be shared around the other sections of the government that they represent. So that is some of the things they need to look at. I think the union need a reform. It's high time because no longer the days of things have changed. Laws come in. We have an industrial court. So it ain't like long time when Butler and them had to fight and things. I mean, that's ancient days. And everything is not about money. Because some of those things really do think workers, workers have other issues and drugs that they need to be seen about. And the union just going to get a thing percent for you, they're good. Look, I see. Angostura, they settle for 7%. But you see how it works, right, Bruce? Remember Angostura, they show they make millions, right?
Yeah.
But you have the people and them who invest money into the company. Shareholders, they call them. So you put your money in there, so you expect to get. So when they make that, shareholders, they'll know how much percent a shareholder will get. They'll know how much workers will get, right? And then you have to keep back some more money to reinvest back into it. And you have things like equipment need changing, research and development to come up with a new ideas, new drink. These things cost a lot of money. So when they offer you that as a worker,
7%. They would know, the union leaders who sit down on the board table, they will tell them how the money is being shared and disposed around. Because if I pump in $2 million in shares into thing there, I expect to get a percentage out of that. The percentage might be 1.5%. It might be 2%. I get that as an investor, but the workers and I'm getting 7%. And when you divide the money down the line, I think the company must have a certain amount of money there to reinvest back in the company so you can make more profit. But they don't tell workers these things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Guys, and with that, we get ready to go pay some bills. When we return, we're going to continue with your calls. Got some information for you, so keep it locked to the street. 919 FM, we'll be right back.
It's okay to be toxic. Nor are we saying we are toxic. We're just saying no relationship is perfect. Some take longer to figure it out than others. And then they get labeled as being toxic. So if they want to call us toxic, WWDDGA.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon, right here on the street 919 FM.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marvel Road, 91.9. Our services start from, 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and the last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a T-I-M-E time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maribel.
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, now boat I look like it's not well.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check out the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You every Friday evening from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He had showeth thee, O main, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. In the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For further information, call 753-1133 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Trinidad and Tobago, it's time for us to unite together in celebration of our 60th anniversary of independence. Join us as we kickstart our Diamond Jubilee festivities with the Together 60 road shows this weekend. On Friday 12th at the Big Tree in Diego Martin, Saturday 13th at the Arima Promenade, and Sunday 14th at the Barataria Oval. Come enjoy exciting special guest performances from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. with many captivating surprises in store. Together we aspire. Together we achieve. Together we are 60. Brought to you by the Government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Diamond Publicity presents Bowdy. Get your tickets at committee members. Why, Bruce? Only time I just holler and scream is when if I on board, be outside. That is so not good.
Y'all ready for this? We don't cast. Last.
Diamond Publicity presents Bowdy. Fireworks and Frills. August 31st, Independence Night on the luxurious Embassy Yacht. We boarding by the Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain for 7 p.m. and sailing 8. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne. MC Duke and Selecta Kochi.
Yes, Naya.
Ladies, your tickets are $100. Guys pay $150. Contact committee members. Stefan 786-6068. Liana 720-2838. Mischievous 746-7399. Star 322-9138. And Johnny 376-4746. Don't miss it, guys. Bowdy.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of quick information for you. Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi presents to you Reggae and Rockers aboard the luxurious Embassy yacht. It happens on September 24th. That's Republic Day. Actually, Republic Night, yes. Boarding 10 p.m. Sailing at 11 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on with top DJs Selector Kutchi, Bruce Wayne, TC and Heavy Duty. Remember, early bird tickets cost only $150. After that, you're going to pay $175. For tickets, you can call Selector Kutchi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. It's all about Reggae and Rockers Republic Night. Remember, guys, no oversized coolers, no glass bottles. Don't miss it. And Hot Off the Press presents to you their first boat ride. Come celebrate Aisha's birthday with us on Saturday, August 13th aboard the luxurious Embassy yacht. Boarding 6:30 p.m. sharp at the Hyatt Waterfront, sailing till 11 p.m. Remember, there's an all-star DJ cast, shots on entry, so get your tickets, get them. You gotta call Robert at 333-2181, Ulu at 730-3665, or Mummy Sauce at 753-2175. Champions, let's get ready to party in fine style aboard the Sea Champion. And the yacht lovers, get ready to party with us aboard the luxurious Embassy yacht. For more information, you can call us on 399-5959, 280-7512, or email coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Join Pastor Kelvin Harry Ryan and friends for the Way the True to Life radio program Radio Ministry, a Church of Life ministry live on the street 909 FM every Sunday from 6:05 p.m. to 7 p.m. For further information, you can contact 686-3845 or 349-5178 or 342-7303. And tune into the Street 909 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, the health store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Muhammad. For more information, you can check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp us at 309-4697 or 620-9379. So welcome back each and everyone. Continuing to take your calls, you can call me at 342-0081, 466-5391. Caller, good morning. Hello. Hello, caller, not hearing you at all. Oh my, sorry about that, not hearing you. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bushrin.
Hi, good morning, and how are you this morning?
I am there. Greetings to you, my brother.
Same to you, my
It
sister.
has been a long time.
Very long. We just the other day, Sharon asked for you.
Yes, I just want to commend Sister Jennifer this morning. I want to commend her for her tenacity, for her strength to just give the facts. I want to commend, our elder father of this station for bringing the facts. But most of all to her, because, who are against it want to beat up on her, but I'm glad that the dark skin she has, that she could shake it off. And I want to encourage her to continue to speak, and speak that the less informed will be informed. Because I understand you have nothing about who want to go out and march. That's their democratic right. Don't know what you're marching for. Yesterday, I and one of my nephews, I have a few people in civil service. And we had a long discussion, and he told me, can't the 4%, the 2% can't work. I say yes, but we had a long discussion. And I want to know, I want to say, make negotiations for people, even though you have people that are working casual for years, not being appointed. This had to be one of the things on your plate. That the people who are working 9 and 10 years and you can't get prominent, put them that they will get a good pension when they finish. Because especially they risk their lives, especially in the hospital, you have to mop, you have to do what, and you sometimes do on 6 months contract. It can't work. If the union come together and put minds together and say, yes, we're going in for this and we're asking for this, you know, and make bargains too, that people, you can't give everybody, but some without homes in dire need, that you will make a bargain for them, that they will get something. And this is what I believe, this is what she's showing. A union must seek the interests of the workers. I had experience with this about 3 or 4 years ago when the boat drivers down on our end was on a 90-day strike called by Mr. Rose. And people had to stretch, people lost their apartment, they lost their car. And people had to stretch out hands. And this is what, if they did pay in a society, my mother used to pay a society, is a little bit of money, but you was going to get something. And I want to encourage them. And to you, Dr. Rowley, I want to say thank God for your recovery. People could wish what they want, but please, I know you know the Lord, I know you know the word our prayer. Continue to seek God. No government is placed in office to be there forever. And when the time reaches that you have to be removed, or the government or the PNM government have to be removed, it will be done. But do your best when you could do your best. One thing I'm asking you, please, sir, we have 2 unfinished things in point. The civic center that has been stated for the past 5 of the reign of the UNC, and it's still there. We need that to complete, and the Savannah. We're going to deal otherwise with the roads and whatever, but we need that to complete before your 5 years. And don't call an election until your 5 years and how much. If you have to go 3 months after, 4 months after, then call it and let people decide what they want. And this is why I call it this morning. Because, you know, I see how people, when you're calling, people want to come in and bash you and all of that. I'm not in that. So I'm calling this morning because I'm impressed, and I know that it will, whoever wants to go out to the match, it's your prerogative. Go out, but know what you're matching for. So this morning, Sister Jennifer, continue. I just speak out, and sometimes people don't like how I speak out. But I want to say, you continue to stand for what you believe. And when God loves you, hell with the rest. Have a nice morning. To Sharon and everybody else, good morning. I am here, always locked on. I have 3 radio in my house, 3 different stations, but I always locked on.
Yes, my dear.
Love you, good friend.
Love you too,
Take
my
care.
dear. Have a great one. This is what I would call a constructive Bacchanal Friday. Three 420-081 4665391. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to Bruce Wayne.
Morning.
Calling from Iwer, Princeton.
How are you doing, my brother?
Great.
Nice.
And good morning to all the titans of democracy, Mr. Chance, Barataria, Jenny, and everybody. And Dominic and Sean Phillips and Iwer and his whole crew.
Yes.
Bruce, you know this scrap iron business is a real big business, right?
Yep.
I heard the chairman speaking in the week. He say people invest millions of dollars in it, and now if they shut it down, they would lose their house and their mortgage. So it's a real big business, boy. I hear that thing real big, boy. So that is why this man and they're using this man as a mouthpiece, because Bruce, let's assume that there are 60 scrapyards, right?
Yeah.
In the country, right? I just assuming. You know, out of these 60, you know how many like me and you have a yard? Maybe about 3, you know? About 4, you know that? It's so much. And as the Jamaican man had mentioned on TV6, they closed it down for 4 years, and nobody was starving and hungry, and you know they would be into crime. They're trying to put the thing in the correct gear.
That's right.
But you see, Bruce, boy. But you see, Bruce, why this country right now, it hurts me to see everything just turning upside down. And you know, Bruce, sometimes you have to put strict measures No, sometimes it may hold, but then down the road, you never see the road, down the road?
Yep.
It's like in Tobago, Bruce, with that airport expanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know when those people in Tobago would start to understand that achievement next 10, 15 years? And not next year, You see, next 10, 15 years, who right now is, let's say, 12 years and 15 years, down the road, Bruce, when they see plane landing there, big like Trinidad, and thousands of people, then they would see the fruits. Bruce, is like when you plant a mango tree, Bruce, a long mango tree. It wouldn't start to bear next year. That tree, Bruce, once you cut it down, Bruce, it would bear for over 100 and something years, Bruce.
True.
Well, so you see, they're only looking at today and tomorrow, and not another 160 days after. That is the problem we have in here, Bruce. Bruce, that is the problem. And you see those union bosses and them, Bruce, I work with the government. I resigned 2015 because I reached 60. I have a back pay to get for 14 and 15. But I mean, yes, I will hoping to get it. But then I can, go up on a mountain and look to dive up it whenever it come. But I mean, Bruce, people in this country, boys are a real piece of madness that going on. Marching today for what? As Jenny said, for what? Bruce is really a line,
Yeah, of course.
Bruce is a line, Is a line because you see iron and man had a rum and yes, it's a line. It's a big line. But as Jenny say, they don't have that skill. Those leaders don't have that skill. The only skill they have is to be on TV, right? And look nice. Especially Annie said, look nice all the time on TV. But they are jokers. In your booth, please what I get in here, man. You believe how much I try to get in here. Oh, God. Booth. It's over 20 something times. So praise God I get in. Anyhow, brother, have a great weekend as you always do. And keep on playing your good music, Mr. DJ.
Yes, my brother. No
DJ
problem.
Love.
Yeah, man. Take care. Bless. Caller, good morning.
Bruce, morning.
Morning,
Sharon,
mother.
Dominic, everybody else, morning. Bruce, I'm wondering if the development for the Robinson will turn out like the Sandals Hotel. And we complain we don't have the PNM not doing anything for Tobago. People say they want to work, and for a few people, I mean to say the airport wasn't like that before, and it reached this present stage.
Yeah.
And they paid people money, and they did what they had to do. And then now is a trouble now to say, well, okay, I am not moving. So if 4 or 5 persons decide they don't want the runaway, what happened to the other people and the countries abroad to bring in planes and even the hoteliers, to have clients and all of that? So what is going on? I saw they come last night and tell them we want this place. There was something going on before.
Yes.
So I don't understand what is going on. So they're playing politics with our lives and our comfort. People need jobs. All like no Sandal Hotel would have pulled up for them to bring Grenada people here to the hotel.
That's right.
So I don't know what's going on. Let the people sit down there and follow. I remember when Mr. Chambers just turned this out at the airport. I have a picture of the old airport building. What it was like a house where if you have a house, it will have about 3 or 4 bedrooms. And that was all it had. Okay?
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay, mother, take care. Caller, good morning.
Hello, morning, Bruce.
Hey,
morning,
morning.
Bruce,
Yeah, man.
this morning, I listened to it. I know I totally agree with Jenny because I can tell you. You see, if you notice, in Kanga period, when we had the most money, nobody made much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in our food base.
Yep.
My colleague said, well, yeah, the ferries, the contracted to the ferries, right? How much money is there, man? Huh? He was clear the four ferries back and forth to the boat. He had a contract. While the President General of Human Development Union, he had a contract on the port to clean the ferries on it. And well, God knows how you should do it. If it is the then and the then they work. That's another record. No, actually, yeah, down record. Because I'm all like down record. That's what I was saying. He wanted to find who with no money. How that happened? So all of them acted right. And all of them couldn't make no noise because all of them was within the government. Most of them was activists and senators, temporary senators. So how do we make noise? No, all of a sudden, they don't make noise. No, I don't think they do protest. You can march, you can protest, but I have to do. But you see when I feel hiding behind a union and it's really politician, that is the problem we have in here.
Yeah, for real.
Big man thing, if you want to be in politics, come out and run like a big man. Don't hide behind the union. Don't hide behind the union because as my client said, lost that contract, that one he started making the most noise. As he lost that contract for the ferry, that is when he started making the most noise. All the time, because I have a real issue on the port. You can't see, etc. But the day he lost the day the government terminated the contract, the government is the worst thing. And this contract goes sure one. Everybody like underhand thing. Nobody do the right thing. People are thieving everything under the sun with regards to the scrap iron. The scrap iron dealers know them for them inside nowhere or no landfill, and they're still buying it. How you could tell me you have scrap iron man, and you didn't know where man look like? Look there, Dave.
For real, eh?
Look there, the billionaire post billion, they thief all the material and carry away. Where you want his scrap iron paint blue? All every piece of material, same size, same length, same color. How does scrap iron? But you know the government must ignore that, right? Simple thing like water, phone call. That can't happen. Why? Because men vandalizing public utilities all over the country, and the government must look the other way. You understand? The government must look the other way. So I like I said, I have no problem with people marching. But you know what? I want to them be big men and stop hiding behind union. This next man, Mr. Abdullah, who said he some fight and whatever. How long fighter exists? You ever see anybody else inside it?
Oh gosh, I do.
Well, I do. They know that they're still everyone stupid. How long a so-called party exists? Who's the treasurer?
Well, that is it.
Who's the treasurer? Who's the leader? Who the secretary is? Your so-called party about 9 or 10 years in existence, and nobody will see nobody else but you. You expect people now. And I want to talk about this man. Thus, you expect people right now, seriously, to take on Mr. Roberts? No, you really expect people now to sit down and really listen or take with anything he say? The man come from quite India, had to go on Twitter and say, hey, me know what's going on here. I'm a policeman in Trinidad. I don't know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying, this?
Yeah, we even pay that guy no mind.
Huh?
say I don't even pay that guy no mind.
No, well, I don't mean, I know he partially mentally deranged. So I don't take you on. But right now, what you just do Sunday, I'm a come Thursday evening, same week, I clear his name. Will you really leave somebody who really, the people who are common sense, want to hear him? When you go and tell these people again, because you just come, nobody in her house, nobody in the tenant. But you come to make a lie on a man wife, a woman who never even come on a platform. You come and a big lie about she. Forget she churn, she position, all kind of thing. You forget all that. You forget she churn, she friends, she will colleagues, everything. You just put a bam out it on the power man. And you expect, so who really go and listen, really? Any of us, if it is, now I agree with everything what Jenny said. And whoever said Jenny is a cook and she don't have voice, they fast out of the place. Because one time they voted, you just say who's cook and who's manager. So at the end of the day, she can tell she won it because she don't lie. And she don't crap. So I more or less agree with everything she said. Because you can't tell me those, what, you know how that white that white range come about? No. That when he signed for 45% is that you get you take it and live in for 2 months because you feel the power down. Yeah, somebody I say enough.
Yeah man, bless. Caller, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir, again.
Morning.
Yeah, man, all the best are according to thing, but switching my contribution as I did this morning to saving life and property. So I want to make more things like safety my contributions, right? And I heard you mention something earlier about some kind of boat ride on Republic Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So I want you to remember and stick it in your head that is my anniversary and my birthday.
Use trouble or no?
Yeah, so I'll be celebrating that with you all.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, no. I hear you loud and clear, brother, man. I hear you.
But I want to keep I want to stay out of this union thing because me into thing with them. I was in a union already and me into thing with the union because they just want to tell you what they want you to hear and all these kind of things. So, Jenny, I know her very well. She might not remember me, but I know her when she used to work in headquarters by me.
Okay.
Doing the job she doing, and but she may not remember me, but I remember her. But all I'm saying is that I want to keep my contribution to keep the awareness of people where safety is concerned in each weather condition, so that our duty was to save life and then property. So I want to keep my contribution towards that. So I will keep enlightening people every single day I talk to you, putting into that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, my brother. Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, Mr. Bruce.
Yes, sir, Grim.
Bruce. You see, Miss Jennifer Frederick, I will defend Miss Jennifer Frederick back belly inside if you was a share. I really, in as a share, she have enough gusto to defend herself. But I'm thinking about if Jennifer Frederick, her mother was a teacher. If you was I would like confirmation anytime Miss Jennifer Frederick call in, because don't play with Miss Jennifer Frederick. The big where I coming from. It's very serious matters going on here, and what is being said is fact, truth, and they cannot compromise or let me say attack them in any form or fashion to show any wrong in it. If you was Australian, I know that people don't like when the truth is being told, especially on union business in Trinidad and Tobago. As I share, unions broken. They have no ideas. They have no business ideas. All they are good for, as a 85-year-old man, is to demonstrate, protest, and march. They have no business head at all. And when people pointing that out, let us listen and learn. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Thank you, my brother. Caller, good morning.
Hi, Bruce, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Why is it fact that he's a prime minister? He gets on like he's the prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. These people in Tobago don't know. I'm sure they know that they have to move. And that they come today for today. Why is it they obstructing progress? I don't understand this at all. You just obstructing just for obstructing sake. I sure they know they have to move.
Well, that is it. I was saying the same thing.
You understand? I don't understand what is really going on with the mind of some of these people in Trinidad and Tobago. You have a best day.
You too, my dear. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Morning, my brother.
Morning.
So Jenny morning, female guru. Mr. Chance morning. Tower man morning. The remover man was a fireman. So he imparts on us now what he had learned, which is safety. So, mover man, thank you. Everybody, good morning. Bruce, what happened in Tobago yesterday?
I'm not sure,
You gonna ask,
I say I'm not aware.
Because I hear on our next station, the people who supported the PDP to get into office, and I hear Kingsley calling to say, don't blame the PNM, blame the PDP. So I would like to know exactly what transpired in Tobago yesterday. But you know what I observed? The union negotiation is with this match stemmed from WASA workers went on negotiation and was offered 4% and have a problem and decide, which means the man who's in charge of PSA is the man, because he all about on radio, all about talking about water meter and what kind of thing. He behind time because I already have a water meter. So that's something WASA should have done eons ago. Right? Since on that pan, they put water meter in my community. So I don't understand. But all of a sudden, he decided he want a protest. But the rest of the union, the other unions, public servants, so they are trying to get the other public servants. The man who lost the contract, he have a tabanca, because he owing the prime minister took it. Forget he lost the contract. The prime minister took him to court.
Right.
And won the matter. Right? So he is owing the prime minister right now a piece of money and cannot pay. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yep.
The thing his name is Anise. Yes. He is owing the prime minister right now a debt. So he has a problem with the prime minister based on that. So he decided to take my brothers and sisters, to go to fight along with WASA, to try to upset the government because he has a tabanca. So the same thing the opposition leader did by telling our councillors don't go, to make our burgesses not get any representation. He is using the citizens, the workers, because the government employs the largest section of the population, right?
Correct.
And if you want to go along with the UNC's perceptions, they are mostly Africans, right?
True.
And mostly Africans are what? PNM, right? Once you're an African, you're a PNM. So you understand my logic, brother?
Yes.
These people, they can't win the election. So the idea is to destabilize the country so they can walk into office. And everybody who have a banker with the prime minister, everybody say, your enemy is my enemy, is your enemy, because all of them fellas are dragging money, all about it now. The same people who are telling you how corrupted, they forget they had a man named Tandel Daga who was a part of them, was there and come and tell me something, and them still going back there. So we ain't learned nothing from Robinson, or nothing from history, because of what? We could buy it for $2. Right? We can't put people's personal feelings aside and look forward for country. And Bruce Wayne, you know what it is? Think about this, Bruce Wayne. To be 60 years independence, I almost old as that. Right? To be 60 years independence, which part in the world? All the talk, they're talking about Dubai and this one and that one and that one. You take over a colony, just like you see, after then the two young lads did the other day, Precious and what name. I know here, Roberto is now the what?
Program director.
Program manager. So I asked him sometime, a few days before he got that job. Asked him, I said, if Iwer George was to walk out our station, Bruce Wayne, walk off the station. I said, Bruce Wayne, this station is yours. But all the money and whatever money that Iwer have concerning that station, Iwer take it and go with it. So Iwer give you the station. Right, Bruce Wayne? Next month's salary, you have to look for to pay mother and everybody else. How are you going to do that? And the only way to do that is if the business, the ads that has come in, continue to come in.
That's right. That's right.
And you have to learn how to promote that, right?
That's correct.
That is what we inherit for 60 years. When I get 60 years, so to be 60 years old, Bruce Wayne, I have International Criminal Court. I was producing my own oil, and we had to give it up because of people going to work and not producing. I used to produce my own sugar, but when the tractor reached the weight, I had half ton, and the man who weighing it gave me a ton and a half. So we lost that. You understand my point?
Yep.
I have PSPT, which was telco. Instead of we go to work and be productive, they bring a set of Filipinos. So they were going on, Bruce Wayne, in them time. They may come from Filipino away. One man in a van, I tell you about Bruce Wayne, in a left-hand drive van. That's how we have cable underground. One man down the road here and one man down. So them run cable throughout Trinidad, must go 50 men and leave. One people post in a van. We have to privatize TSTT and sell 49% of the shares. And the union still didn't tell the citizens to buy in this 49% of the shares. The outside company come and buy. TNTech, the same thing. So here when they offer them 6% under Mr. Robinson, Chambers don't see. Give them 6%. No, vote him out here, know what he's doing. Right? And they bring in Robinson. You know what I get? No cola. A ton load of trainer and pack up and go. Need a Massey stop assembling car, Toyota stop assembling car. Right? And everybody go. And after that, I end up with a coup 1990 and whatever black businesses we had, we lost it. Enjoy your morning.
Blessings. Call that the harsh realities, eh? Caller, good morning.
Morning, Brucey. Morning to Dominic. Morning, my brother. I know you're alone today. And following on the heels of my brother, that's why I keep telling people, it's so hypocritical that he outlined the whole thing that we should celebrate as a country. Now, people get accustomed to it, so they feel that, what are our expectations? So they're looking at Dubai. They're looking at this and not knowing that Dubai, the people have a mentality drawn towards leadership to want the progress of the country.
Yes.
We here are ungrateful. And so ungrateful that almost half the population, no matter what they do, they'll vote the other side and then criticize you.
Yep.
And then part of the other side, and I always tell people, not all African people are PNM. There are a lot of African people pushing back on Dr. Oli. They hate him. They don't like PNM governance. And like my colleague said, if it is that you're looking to run a country prudently, here what fella want. Hey, other contract, give me 5,000 before so and so and so and so. Dr. Oli went to the parliament and said, hey, let me see if I can push this in a way to avoid corruption in government. I want declare your wealth, do this, do that, to make us more of a fabric nation with strong scrutiny and everything. But then you know what? It have 19 seats of people that say we don't want that. And then everybody looking for the government to fix the road. Let me go by the road. So for all the years I know we have bad road because people develop everywhere, Bruce. And when they develop everywhere, hear what I say, taxi drivers come. I have to buy this, I have to buy that. Let me tell you something about taxi driver. And everybody else who's selling roti, who's selling bake, who are selling everything. When they make their money, they want to set up shop everywhere without a cost factor. They buy the thing, they set it on the road, they cost shopping, they get money. Nothing for the government. They go home and they're under the umbrella of four. So a doubles man who doing wholesale, when he do wholesale, he have one man one company doing the doubles and you have 8 different people come and collect it. They go on the side of the road. They do their thing. No taxes, nothing, because they're poor. A taxi driver, he might be a teacher, he might be this, working taxi. Pack up on the stand, get money. When he reach 65, if he's not a teacher, he get a pension. He want the road fix it, he buy a car, right? And he want to thing. When he finish, nothing to GDP, but the government will fix the road. And when they go away, everything they pay. But in Trinidad, don't pay it. And if Dr. Olia fix it, he ain't good. I telling all you, and I'm telling people, unless all you bother, them thing in the parliament on the 19th side, to come to the parliament, look, a prime minister, call people and tell them, hey, come let us talk local government reform, first world standard. Bros, you know I just feel proud of, I don't want to shift. I just feel proud of those places, that place down the bottom of St. Vincent, Edward, and when I go there, Ministry of Education, this, that, you know, come up and leave that for 5 years, leave it undone. It's looking like a first world place now, where it's a one-stop shop. But, you know, this is my thing, eh? This is my thing with people. Leave all right there. And that's what Dr. Only fed up. A man called us to discuss local government reform, where you can get the correct property taxes, because people feel taxes are evil. They're paying it outside, you know. UNC members too, you know. They're paying it in Miami all about. But in Trinidad, don't pay it, but fix the road. Hold on your tail. Because what does go to the road could be $500 million a year from property tax that Bruce, I'm willing to pay. Everybody willing to pay except UNC supporters. And all who are not willing to pay, they don't own a house. Bruce, you think it is in this country? Leave it just so. When you drive on the road, break on the axle. I mean, that's something little thing. But you know why? I am so disappointed with Trinidadians who don't understand the bigger picture. When you go away, you go to the States, you go and ride on the people Amtrak train. You go on all kind of things, and you come back here, hey, I went to the States. When you come here, if we want a train, it's too good. Pay the poor. Bros are gone. Take care of yourself. I'm happy independent because me, it's early, but I love living here because we have potential.
That's right.
Take care, brother. All the best.
Yeah, man. So, guys, at this time, I have an obituary that I have to do. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to continue because in a little bit I'll be leaving here. It will be, Pastor Google will be up next. So let me just try to get that done at this time, and I'll continue taking the calls, okay? So keep it locked. The Street 909 FM has been asked to announce the passing of Jeffrey Charles, a.k.a. Uncle Jeff, who departed this life at the age of 81 years on Monday, the 1st of August 2022 at Fairhaven Eventude Home, Belmont, Port of Spain. He will be lovingly remembered as the son of the late May Jordan, wife of the late Diana Bucard, father of Elizabeth Liz, Jeffrey deceased, Anola, Jerome, Kizzy, and Avion, grandfather of 12, brother of Cyril Sanctuary, Arthur Alexis, and Merle Portley, all deceased, uncle of 10, great-uncle of many, father-in-law of Randall, Philip, and Jesse, in-law of the Bucard family, Gloria Sanctuary, deceased, Anne Alexis, deceased, and Troy H.W. Lee, deceased, relative of the Charles, Jordan, and Porter families, friend of many. The funeral service for the late Jeffrey Charles, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, will take place on Saturday, the 13th of August 2022 at 2 p.m. at the St. Mark's Anglican Church, Theatre Main Road, Point Fortin, thence to the Point Fortin Cemetery. The funeral service will be streaming live on Facebook on Elite Funeral Homes Limited Facebook page. Also, inquiries can also be made at Elite Funeral Homes Limited at 648-3462.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So continuing to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, good boy. Trouble to get in here with this food. Bruce.
Yes, you know.
I just want to say morning to all the callers and listeners. Morning, everybody. And Jenny, I endorse all what they say, everything, because you in the belly of the beast and you know what's going on and what could happen. These people planning to march this morning in town, these union leaders, but they want exercise. They want wage exercise. But the hell, they'll give people a break with this nonsense they're going on with. But if they know where the Prime Minister should go get the money to pay people, they could go and help get it, you know. They could help him by getting it and giving him, let him share it out. Because I don't know what they're going on. So for you see, we know that when people get increased, the dues just go up. So they're seeking their own interests. That's what's going on there, you know. I don't know why people, you so want to raise a pay. Like, listen, when I was in the public service, I know what the scene was taking place, you know. The time you get money, Bruce, in your hand, everything going up in the stores and in the supermarket. So it comes back to zero. Sometimes you just better take live long and see how you could stretch it. If it's so, oh God, all this could beg the government, well, certain items so that all this not zero rated. If they could zero rate it and see how best we could, you know, they could help the people to give us an ease in the grocery and thing. But all this money, all the thing and looking for, and you hear where they getting on for the money. As soon as they get the money, Bruce, I used to fall in it too. All the thing with the eye longing out and that you want the same people who they just refer to as 1%, which I don't like, you're going right back there. You're going and buy out all what they eyed longing out on and putting it in their pocket. So when you see them going on, so they're going to spend it out, whoosh, and then they're going to cry for more money again. But it's all the point. Oh God, we know what we went through here. The government have saved us from this entire little island, people, the entire nation dying out with the pandemic that passed. And all this still harassing this poor Prime Minister. What it is these men want with their old self this morning, so they're going out there and march this morning. I'm looking for exercise now. I go on.
Yes, Zina. Oh, gosh. So guys, we just have a few minutes again. We'll probably take one or two more calls depending on the length of the call. But I must say I did enjoy the contributions today. Thank you to each and everyone that called in. And as we say in layman's terms, we give you 2 cents. Just remember you're locked on to the Street 909 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy. Representing Sharon Felix and Dominic Romain, it's your boy Bruce Wayne. So guys, unfortunately this is where I have to leave it for today. The ads are already almost upon me. Let's see if I can take this call quickly. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, Manu.
Well, I'll call to make a confusion, but it's a canal time now because I will leave it in next week.
All right, no problem.
So I was down on the line already.
Okay.
And the Bago, deep south, find something else to do. I'm gone.
Yeah, man. So as we say, it's a pleasure. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in mind. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM throughout the day as we bring to you that wonderful programming. Keep it locked. And everybody enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Be careful. Ciao.
This is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to
broadcast are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Everybody right now, put your right hands in here. Put your right hands in here. Wait for me. Just wait for me. Just wait for me. You ready for me? Give me the pose first. Let me go. 1, 2. But I'll wait from side to side. Wait from side to side. I ready to jam on something. I tell a lie. I miss the days I need more. But I refuse to let this stop me. Tell them this. We gon' fetch while we inside. Well, yeah. They see my demise, no. Look, they have them in the sky. Second Sunday. One. Start to jump around now. So I go jump around with nobody. Watch how I've been fun with nobody. I ain't no junkie already. Ready. Give my wine. Start to wine. My enemies. Ready to cut this place up there. My enemies are here. So long I get set for them out. Ready to cut this place up there. I'm missing the people. I'm missing the season. Fetting without reason.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
Well, the thing sell off. All you need to remember is that we're sailing from the breakfast shed in Port of Spain. We are boarding at 6:30 p.m. sharp because we're sailing at 7. This is a cooler event, so no glass bottles and no oversized coolers allowed. It's my birthday bash. We're talking about fireworks, cutting at the cake rhythm section, the full works. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you could probably try and see if you could get you a tickets at Roberts. Call Roberts at 333-2181. That's 333-2181. See you there.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108. Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon, right here on the Street 919 FM.
Good, that boat I'm looking like a real bad.
Are
you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959-281-4723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, the line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute Gadamawe, King Selassie.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Kelly on the beat, boy. Kelly on the beat, boy. Let me make a circle of love, yeah. Let me make a circle of love, yes. Let me make a circle of love, yeah. Na 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 no. The Atlantic Sea brought my forefathers to a place of paradise, and this foot on the sacred soil connected me to this blessed prize. But when I see what we have become, my heart bleeds. God knows that it's not right. Cause one and all got to come along, brother. We will win if we all unite. Cause it's the same blood will run through our veins, and it's the poor man holding the stream. So let we let go the racial pains, greed and the fame, cause we're all the same. So when you see a brother fall, better pick him up. And when you hear a good news, better lift it up. Cause though the darkness is real and that's what we feel, there is a light in all of us. Let me see the lights of love. Wave them hands for me. Let me see the lights of love. Proud for the world to see. Oh yeah, now let me see the lights of love. Wave them hands for me. Let me see the lights of love. Proud for the world to see. All you come along. Let me make a circle of love. 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 Love, 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 love. Hands in the air if you know that you got the love. Yeah. We come here to show it up. Heart clean and none of negative thinking. High time we live it up. Love's supposed to bring we closer. My crew to fall on the Vegas. All thanks and praise to the Father and love for the brothers. Cause it's the same blood we run through my veins, and it's the poor man holding the string. So let we let go the racial pains, greed and the fame, cause we're all the same. And when you see a brother fall, better pick him up. And when you hear a good news, better lift it up. Cause though the darkness is real and that's what we feel, there is a light in all of us. Let me see the lights of love. Wave them hands for me. Let me see the lights of love. Proud for the world to see. Oh yeah, now let me see the lights of love. Wave them hands for me. Let me see the lights of love. Proud for the world to see. All you come along. Let me make a circle of love. 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 La 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 la. Let me make a circle. 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 Let me make a circle of love. 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 La 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 la.
Democracy means freedom of worship for all. and the subordination of the rights of any one race to the overriding right of the human race. Democracy means freedom of expression and assembly and organization. All that is democracy. All that is our democracy, to which I call upon all citizens to dedicate themselves on this our Independence Day.
Together than the bands on mothers' bellies. Together, only the red on the flag becomes redder, and the only band we see is the band across the flag, if any. We're ready, and together we can move the clouds from great to fine and make sunshine TNT. There's no greater time than now.
Show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Right there, right. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
never empty. Never let evil people tempt me. Got to keep my heart pure if I want to endure. No mistake, clever than 2020. Go with over end up in a penitentiary. Rather teach the youth and them in elementary. If you don't want to fall, then you got to hold on no matter what.
So show me how to live, to show me how to love, to show me how to just be above it all. Yeah, cause I'ma make it one day. So show me, show me.
Hear our cries for change, urgent, as if our esophagus were made with the same cast iron pots our grandmothers hammered to shape with their hands. Hear our cries for peace, sure, like how every one of those pots will be passed down from generation to generation. We are resilient, we are here to last, and at last, we cannot be broken.
necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, we have Mr. Brent Diat, who is with us today, and we missed him for 2 weeks. And it's a pleasure to have him back up with us today. So we ask you to get your pen and your paper ready to write down his home remedies and also to take down his number where you can contact him for further information on all the treatment and all the different things that he has in store for you. So without further ado, let me hand you over to Mr. Brent Diat, who is going to take you until 9:30. Good morning, Mr. Diat. How are you?
I'm doing well, Pastor Google, and thank you very much for such warm greetings and, for filling in for the last 2 weeks.
You're most welcome.
Yes, thank you. So good morning, everyone, Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who are tuned in via the World Wide Web, my name is Brent Diat, and I am from Kingdom Health Services, and we are located at 125 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, and our goal is to create customized health solutions to meet both you and your family needs. And you're tuned into the program Health and Healing, merging the old with the new. And in this program, we discuss the remedies, the herbs, the treatment that our grandparents, our parents would have used while introducing new cutting-edge technology. This morning, I want to send greetings to my wife, to my mom, to the wonderful community of Labray. I want to send greetings to you. And this month is a very special month to me. In fact, 10 years ago, I was introduced into alternative health and this type of health in the month of August. So this month, I'm celebrating 10 years being involved in this area of health. And, as we get into today's session, just to give a bit of a background and introduction how I came into health. When I had graduated from the University of the West Indies in 2011, I initially was going to do law. Got through to work in a law firm like a Friday, just like this Friday, and something did not sit comfortable in my spirit. I felt like, okay, yes, I always wanted to pursue law. I got through to work in a law firm before I ventured into my law practice and studies, but I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't settled internally. And I called the law firm the Friday afternoon, apologized for wasting their time and said, you know what, I don't think I'll be able to start on Monday. And it was through that process that God had begun to direct me into this area of health, not knowing that from the age of 12, where I used to help out an elderly woman, and, whenever I stay over at her home, she would teach me what herbs to use, what they were good for, the quantities and all of these things. And it was God preparing me to be a part of this area of health years later without me even knowing. So I want to give God thanks for this opportunity to be involved in this area for 10 years and to be able to help thousands of persons now, not only in Trinidad and Tobago. I've done work in Cameroon, in Rwanda. I've actually traveled to both Cameroon and Rwanda. I've dealt with patients in the UK, Canada, a lot of persons in the US, as well as in the Caribbean islands. So this is what this program is about, helping persons obtain and maintain optimum health. And even within the last 2 weeks, I had to pull aside to take a break and even recuperate and even take care of my health so that I don't get burnt out. So today I want to revisit the topic of cardiovascular health, and I want to explain why. Wednesday of this week, which is 2 days ago, I had a client from Jamaica. His son is in the US, and his father, the client, is in Jamaica. And what they did, they sent me a photo to scan and see what was happening in his body. And one of the things that we provide at Kingdom Health Services is DNA scans. It's one of the latest and new cutting-edge technology whereby you can even stay at in the comfort of your home, send your DNA sample, or even send a photo, and we can scan you and tell you exactly what is taking place in your body. You don't need to provide us with any prior information of any health history. We would scan you and tell you exactly what is happening. And this gentleman, Mr. Barton, sent me his dad's photo. We scanned it, and everything that they discovered in Jamaica and a lot more, it showed up. I saw where he had glaucoma, where he did surgery, where he had cardiovascular issues. And I shared with the family, I said, based on the scan results, I'm seeing that within very soon. I didn't give them a time period. Very often the machine would give a time period, but I didn't give a time period. I said very soon your dad would either get a heart attack or a stroke. And I advised them, recommended what natural things to do, changes. 2 months later, which was Wednesday of this week, the son messaged me in the afternoon and said, his dad died of a massive heart attack. And they did not make any of the changes. They did not do anything necessary to prevent the heart attack, which we did see prior, 2 months before him having this massive heart attack and dying on Wednesday. And it made me even more aware to even follow. Yes, I've been following up with my international clients and my local clients, but it made me even more aware to follow up even more often, find out what they're doing, if they're making the necessary changes, and be there to support them. And that stirred me to focus on cardiovascular health again, just for this program, because many of the clients who I've seen, they suffer with cardiovascular health issues. So today's topic is cardiovascular health. So in 2019, the World Health Organization discovered that the leading cause of death, or the world's biggest killer, is ischemic heart disease. That is responsible for 16% of the world's global deaths since 2000. The largest increase in deaths has been for this disease, and it's more than 8.9 million. The second and third leading cause of death, which is also cardiovascular health issues, is respectively stroke and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So roughly 33% of all global deaths are connected to cardiovascular health issues. So these are some of the signs and symptoms. What I'll also be doing is giving some recommendations as to what it can be used to treat these various conditions, to even prevent it, natural remedies that you can use to assist in not only restoring your health, but also treating and preventing. So these are just some of the symptoms of heart disease. So if you experience chest pains or pains in the left arm, or the shoulder or the jaw, cold sweat, chronic coughing when lying down, nausea, swelling of the lower left leg, edema, which is a sort of swelling where if you take your finger and you poke, you poke a spot, it leaves a print. Then you have lack of energy upon exertion or even walking. The legs feeling heavy when climbing stairs or even walking uphill. These are some of the signs and symptoms that you suffer from heart disease. There are other risk factors that can contribute to heart disease, for example, diabetes, insulin-resistant diabetes, high cholesterol, as well as high blood pressure, family history of heart disease, being physically inactive, smoking, eating unhealthily, clinical depression. And these are some of the causes of heart disease. So if your arteries are clogged, And recently, research has shown that a lot of the foods we eat, the chemicals in them, the type of foods that we're exposed to compared to many years ago, you'll see more persons are dying or experiencing chronic or experiencing cardiovascular health issues. You know, the fast foods, the processed oils, the canola oils, all these different oils and different foods, and even some of the very products that we use to maintain our health and hygiene. Years ago, I did research. There's a book called Detoxify or Die, and Dr. Sherry Rogers, what she discovered is that fluoride and chlorine, when the body begins to accumulate higher amounts of them, they begin to drill or bore holes in our arteries. And that in itself affects the body. It contributes to cardiovascular health. Then the body sends a signal to produce a band-aid to block these holes from causing us from bleeding to death. And that band-aid is cholesterol. So a person could be eating healthily, eating well, but yet still the cholesterol may be high. And it could be due to a buildup of fluoride or chlorine, and it's drilling holes in the walls of the arteries, and the body is responding by sending cholesterol as a bandage to block and clog those arteries. So atherosclerosis would lead to heart disease. If the arrhythmia or the rhythm of the heart is affected, blood pools at different points and the arteries, and the heart is clogged, and it leads to heart attack. Heart muscle cramp, that is generally also a lack of magnesium, and even calcium helps with the contraction and relaxing of the muscle. Then we have potassium deficiency, which also leads to cramping of the legs, tiredness, muscle weakness, constant tremors, high blood pressure, etc. So potassium helps the muscle and the nerve and cardiovascular and physiology of the arteries to remain elastic, and it also helps to reduce the risk of strokes. It protects the kidney and the heart, as well as treats inflammation. So these are a few scans that you can consider, persons who want to look at their cardiovascular health. So from a conventional standpoint, you can do a chest x-ray, you can do blood tests, ECG, exercise stress test, MRI, echocardiogram, CT scan, coronary angiogram. But also you can do the biophilia tracker, which Kingdom Health Services provide, where you can send your DNA sample. For those of you who may not be able to come, you may be bedridden or you don't have the time, you could send your DNA sample, you could send your photo, or you could come in person. We would scan you and tell you not only what is happening in the heart, but all systems of the body. So you do an entire body scan. It takes roughly about an hour, and you get the results immediately after. And then we're able to direct you along a pathway of how to restore and obtain optimum health. So these are a few remedies, and this is Kingdom Health's health tip for today in treating and alleviating and preventing cardiovascular disease. You can use foods rich in potassium, such as broccoli, kale, spinach, peas. I know some persons with kidney issues may not be able to use that. But these are some other alternatives. You can use vitamin E. It prevents angina or pain or cramping of the heart. Cayenne pepper, omega-3, flaxseed, ginkgo biloba. Reduce your carbs. Use more vitamin Bs. You can use black tea, magnesium, B1. Helps with the to prevent the enlarging of the heart. So for those of you who like to contact us, you can call us at 318-7471. That's 318-7471, as well as 484-0141, 484-0141. And at Kingdom Health Services, we provide customized health solutions to meet both your and family needs. Don't think curatively, but think preventatively. Don't wait. You know, as we say, an ounce of prevention is better than a ton of cure. So don't wait till things are bad to get your scan done to know your health status. But think preventatively, contact us, and we can work with you to ensure that you prevent and also obtain optimum health. So join us again every Friday on Street 919 from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services. Have a great weekend, everyone. God bless you, and see you next week, God's willing.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street919FM.com.
Yeah, man, I know you're going through stress in your life right now. But this one is for all my brothers and my sisters that going through all the struggles in life. Remember, count it all joy to trials and tribulation. Yeah, man. Jah come lead the way. Blow my storms away. Jah come lead the way. In the middle of my situations, I ask God what to do, 'cause sometimes I can't see my way through. Yeah. So I go down on my knees and pray, asking God to lead the way, 'cause you know the guitar than me don't want to stray. So Jah come lead the way. Blow my storms away. Jah come lead the way. Blow my storms away. Me build me confidence first. Me thanking God that me not go end up in a hearse. Well, me tell you who God bless, no man curse. Me build me confidence first, too, like Joseph, and I run away from Potiphar's wife. It's about time me that and I step up in a life. Righteousness first, put God first, everything after. Me tell you, yes, me Ellen the creator. Created the sun and the moon and the stars and the birds and the bees and oh God, now, yo. Hey. Blow my storms away. Jah come lead the way. Blow my storms away. It's only God can blow your storms away. It's only God can blow your storms away. Jesus, Jesus Christ of Nazareth can blow your storms away. Yes, him a go blow the depression away. Yes, him a go blow the frustrations away. Yes, him a go blow the fornication away. Yes, him a go blow manipulation away. The anything that in your life, you know it will decay. Because anything from God, you know it won't stay. Blow all of the darkness away. The light of God, they come in on your heart to stay.